If we defined natural diamonds as real, then anything other than a natural diamond to me is considered fake. Hey sis, welcome back to my channel. Here is a real quick episode that all of the girls are apparently really pressed about. And like, are y'all okay? Is everyone okay? But today, this real quick episode is talking about something that has been very controversial, and people have been really expressing their opinion, which in this day and age, guys, is cool. It is totally cool to agree to disagree. So, we are talking about lab grown diamonds versus natural diamonds. Now, listen, let's set some ground. Um, First, we're all entitled to our opinion. It does not make it fact for everybody. The second thing is, I never mind people having their opinion and expressing it. The only rule is, and that's an area of my life with my kids, with my husband, me and him both agree on this thought with work. Um, Disagree, but make it respectful because we ain't got to get crazy to disagree. So those are the ground rules, but let's jump in because everybody's not going to agree with everybody, and that's okay. It's okay. All right, so let's get into kind of some research that I looked up around natural diamonds versus lab grown diamonds. Then I'm going to give you my opinion, and then um, we're going to bottom line it. So, oh, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay. So, here are a couple of points, pros and cons, and thoughts around lab grown versus natural diamonds. So, the first thing is the origin. Like lab grown diamonds are grown in a controlled environment, rather than really natural diamonds being under the Earth's crust and being naturally created billions of years ago. So the origin makes them different in that respect. In a lab and created versus naturally grown billions of years ago within the Earth's crust. So that is the first thing. And if I'm looking down, I want to make sure I'm looking at this correctly as far as this information. So here's kind of the other thing about natural versus lab grown. Like natural diamonds have a rarity in value that lab grown diamonds do not have because they are mass produced. And once you find a diamond within the earth, like it's a limited supply, right? Because it's naturally made and you're going to find what you're going to find and that's it. But when you create a lab grown diamond, it is a quantity that you can continue to make over and over again. So, by that definition, the rarity and value, being able to produce it in unlimited quantities versus having a limited quantity, like a limited finite resource, is a big difference in the rarity and value of lab versus natural. Now, identifying the two. So let's go to some of the pros for the girlies. Like it has the same composition. Like they've said, hey, what is in this natural diamond? And I need all of these components to then make this lab grown diamond feel, look, act the same. So being able to identify to the naked eye is going to be hard. I mean, unless you're a gemologist, like girl, it's going to be hard to do. So they tend to look the same. So they give you that aesthetic of a natural diamond. It gives you kind of the same thing, but also I feel like sometimes they can make the lab grown diamond shine a little bit more. So it's a little bit more glitzy and glam and things like that. So identifying to the naked eye, you probably can't, which is a good thing for the girlies who like the lab grown diamonds. Now, when we talk about what the FTC say, the Federal Trade Commission, they say that, hey, lab grown are real diamonds. They have the same composition, but some people don't think that they're real. Now, another thing is the market position. Like lab grown diamonds are marketed as sustainable, eco friendly. Um, you hear those words around lab grown diamonds. And then also for the natural diamonds, you often hear like blood diamonds, different things of that sort that are not like safe for the earth, right? You're digging into the earth's core, you're finding these diamonds, etc. So just high level, like the identifiability to the naked eye. Then also you have cost. It is naturally going to be cheaper and more affordable to buy a lab grown versus a natural diamond, because of the way that it's made. If I have a finite resource that I can only get once it's out, it's out. But if I can make something, it's naturally going to be more affordable than the other. And then in turn, it's naturally going to be more valuable because I have a limited supply than the other. So for the natural diamond, you have the rarity, you have the prestige, you have the finite resource, and you have the investment there, which means that the value is there, the rarity of having a finite piece is there, the prestige is there. Um, and then you also have, on the other hand, with the lab grown diamonds, you have the same carbon structure they've mimicked, right? A natural diamond into a lab grown diamond. I don't know if I can say, as far as an expert, one is better than the other. You're making one in the lab using chemicals, and then you're digging into the earth's crust to get the other. Like, I would need data, right? And really look up data to see how much more sustainable is it making it in a lab with the chemicals it's producing and putting back out into the earth versus digging. We're not getting into that because I'm not willing to do the research. So I can't say what the sustainability is, one versus the other, but also that it's indistinguishable to the naked eye. If you looked at a lab grown, looked at a natural diamond, they're saying you can't tell the difference. And then one of the cons is the lack of value for the lab grown diamonds. It doesn't have that rarity and prestige as a natural diamond. Um, so we'll stop there. Like that's kind of the gist of, to me, some factual when I do like this because everything can be argued or debated on the other side. So, going with that, let me give you my opinion. Remember the ground rules, sis. We can agree to disagree. Let's not be disrespectful. Okay. All right. So, let me give you my opinion. So, before I give you my opinion, let me first tell you my preference and why. So, I am a natural diamond girly. Um, Let me tell you why. So, the first thing is I feel that there is something very rare, very prestigious, very amazing about something being made a billion years ago that we have access to, and probably the oldest thing that we're ever gonna wear, right? So I feel that there is a set apartness in that. I am of a big age. When I say that, I am in my 40s. So when I look at things, I do look at things from a different lens. I look at things from an investment in liquidity in asset lens. So when I pay or my husband pays a lot of money for a piece or a thing, I'm looking at if I had can I one count it as an asset for my net worth? Because if I can't have value from it, it's not counted against my for my net worth. It's a liability, right? That's a whole nother course that we're not teaching today. But I think about it that way. So when I think about natural diamonds, does it have a value, right? Can I go to a jeweler, get it appraised, and they actually would buy it for the value that they're telling me that it's worth. Is it the amount that I paid for it or more? Or is it the amount that I paid for it, maybe a 10% margin less, but not much more than that? That's kind of what I'm thinking about. And I don't think about this for everything, but since for most things, that's how my mind works. Okay, so when I talk to a few jewelers and I'm asking about lab grown versus natural diamonds, all of them was unanimous with saying that they would not purchase a lab grown diamond because they can purchase it for less than probably what someone individually is selling, which lends me into my opinion that they don't have a good value. What their reasoning was, if they can mass create it, why would they pay for someone to give them that or pay for that? So that again leads me into the market value or the resale value or the investment value, whether I see it as a liability. I can't really get too much for it unless I try to sell it myself, or a asset that, hey, I can take this to majority of places based on my appraisal and get a value for this piece. Now, also, I look at this in a very practical sense, real versus not real. So let me give you an example. And I actually had this conversation with my Gen Z daughter, and it's funny that she had a different opinion, which most people do. So if we defined natural diamonds as real, then anything other than a natural diamond to me is considered fake, right? Or not real. So when they built a lab grown diamond, they wanted to mimic this natural diamond, which is kind of to me the baseline. It is the foundation, it is the gold standard of what you're trying to build. Does that make sense? Like what I'm trying to say? So for me, like with all of those things, with the rarity, with the prestige of having a finite resource, with the like awesomeness of something being like created billions of years ago naturally, with the investment piece of it, an asset versus liability, with the like with just having a piece that I can also feel that is valuable to pass down to my daughters and to my granddaughter, like all of those things lead me to have my preference of a natural diamonds. Um, so that's my opinion. That's how I roll. Let's talk about really like the bottom line here because the girls are pressed. So let's really talk about what does all this mean? Okay, sis, let's bottom line it. I feel that everyone is entitled to their own opinion, what they like, right? I don't think that one is necessarily better as far as what you choose than the other. So I think that like we're in a I think environments sometimes where we feel like our answer is right. No, our answer is right. And I feel like it's whatever you choose. If you choose a lab grown diamond and you chose that path for a specific reason, cool. Like I don't have any issue with that. If I chose a natural diamond path, then cool. Don't have any issue with me. I don't think that I hear this a lot. Like, here's some things I hear. Every natural diamond is a blood diamond. Um, we can say every chemically made diamond in a factory is destroying our ozone. Like, guys, have we did the research to know that? I don't think every natural diamond is a blood diamond. I don't think every lab grown diamond is destroying the ozone layer with how they're making it. I don't know. I haven't done the research and I'm not getting that deep into it, right? So I feel like if you want a natural diamond, okay, cool. If you want a lab grown diamond, okay, cool. That's it. Like I don't feel like there needs to be any beef, any hard feelings, any girls like really going at it because of what you chose. I do feel like that there is a notion sometimes around people feeling like I'm better than you because I chose this path. Let me be clear. I do think sometimes a natural diamond girl it was like, oh no, I'm better than you because mine are natural, mine are considered the foundation, the blueprint, mine are real. And that shouldn't happen. Like, nothing that we have or that we can consume on this earth will should make us feel better than the next person. And then on the other hand, because it ain't just the natural girlies, the lab grown diamond girlies, you guys are flaunting these like big rings, which is great. Cause I love that for you. Because I like a big ring. And then you are like, oh, this is better than this. Like, y'all cut it out. Like, can you get what you paid? Is it rare? Is it like there's always this tit for tat that can go on, but why? Just like what you like, get what you get, and move on. Like, have your opinion, but I don't think we need to get so like touchy about it because someone chose to do this and this is why they chose this, right, sis? So I feel like um do what you do, love what you love, um and love it for the reasons you love it. But I'm not a person for me into downing other people because of their choices when it comes to stuff like that. So yeah, that is my opinion. Lab grown versus real. Sound off below in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Just know, let's not get crazy. Because, like, someone having a lab grown diamond does not affect me. Me having a natural diamond does not affect them. Like, we can still be friends, girl. All right, sis. That's the real sis quick episode. Leave your comment below. Don't forget to follow me across all socials: YouTube, Snobbish Lifestyle, Marie Richardson, or TikTok, Snobbish Lifestyle, or Instagram, Snobbish Lifestyle Official. Until the next one, until the next real quick sis, I will see you later. Keep it cute. Keep it cute. All right, sis. Bye.